Hello, everybody. Omni here. Today we had the final trailer for DC's Aquaman drop today. Now, this is the last trailer we're getting until this film hits theaters December 21st. And I can't tell you how much I cannot wait for this because the lack of imagination and just pure, joyful, colorful glee has been missing from the DC Universe films for some time. And this is a series that includes Superman, and we've had just nothing but dingy darkness aside from Wonder Woman. The character that has had the hardest run standing on their 2 feet and with modern audiences is easily Aquaman, because the early days turned him into quite the joke. Mostly, I think a lot of it can be contributed to the Super Friends animated show. But making that character relevant again has been a struggle of DC's for a long time. And I think around the New 52 is when the comics, at least, it really started to hone back in on what people were liking about the character and bringing it home. And, with the first two trailers we've seen for this, the first two official trailers we've seen for Aquaman, there is a lot of world building going on in here. There's a lot of fun. It looks like they're having a lot of very comic faithful stuff and like imagery, settings, and like it looks like story beats that we have from some of the more popular recent Aquaman stories. And another trailer before the movie comes out in a little over just a month from now just seems like maybe it's a little too much. Maybe hold off, let us save some of it for the movie, because the last trailer already has me right on their hook. Like, they can just go ahead and reel me in. My ticket is sold for that movie when that comes out. So I don't know what really we're going to see, how much more is going to be in this versus what we've seen already, but that's about it. I'm a huge DC fan. I love the Marvel movies. I love all of those. I do like Marvel comics, but DC is where I grew up, and it's just sad to see the state that their cinematic universe attempt has been. I liked Man of Steel. It's not perfect, but I enjoyed it. BVS was trash. Wonder Woman was really good. Had an awful third act, but the movie as a whole was really good. The first 2/3 of that movie are so strong that I can forgive the CGI fest at the end of that one. Suicide Squad was just meh. And Justice League actually was a lot better revisiting it months after I saw it in theaters, because I don't know. I only saw it that one time in theaters, and I thought I left it feeling good, but then it festered for a little while. Like, I think it was all the production drama and all the stuff everybody else was saying just kind of like tainted it. But after sitting back, revisiting that months later, I never watched it again up until maybe just maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And I just rewatched it bored in the middle of the night and was like, this isn't that bad. So if you haven't watched it about the one time, I definitely recommend going back and checking it out. Just again, turn off the critic part of your brain that's right there, that's in the heat, in the moment of all of that news and drama about it coming out, and I feel like you'll take it a little bit better the second time. That said, let's just watch this trailer. I've talked too much. I always do that. You probably clicked away by now. I'm doing weird stuff because you can't see it. Up trailer. All right, let's watch. I have these backwards. All right, let's check out the trailer. Oh, that is loud.
Legend has it that one day a new king will come who will use the power of the trident.
Okay, that's cute.
Back together again.
It's the exact spot that Volko gave me my first swimming lesson.
Oh, we finally get to see Volko.
You have to forget all the teaching of the surface world. Go deeper. Uncover your Atlantean instincts. He spent his
I wonder
entire
how
life
often that
training.
happens with his eyes. Okay, that's an awesome shot. Huh.
Parents made me what I am.
Well, yeah, they're your parents. They made you.
I am the protector of the deep.
In this trident resides the power of Atlantis. In their own hands, it would
Dude,
bring destruction,
Orm.
but in the hands
He's
of
got the
true men,
helmet.
it would unite above and below.
The time has come for Atlantis to rise again.
You must stop him.
And how do you propose we do that?
By retrieving this.
I already got one of those.
By this one you don't.
The war is coming to the surface, whether you like it or not.
I love Patrick Wilson, man.
Your mother
This music is really awesome too. I still can't get over that's Django Fett.
you'd be the one to unite our two worlds.
Dude, it's so colorful and so
Always had a king.
vibrant.
Now I need something more.
But what could be greater than a king?
Whoa, what? Ah! Whoop, 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 whoop. And then that's not actually water there. That's my excitement splashing all over the screen and that little effect. Oh gosh. Orm looks so good. Like, we hadn't seen him, at least in the previous trailers, at least that I could see, where he has the full-on Ocean Master helmet, and that's so good. What else? Volko seems to be fairly active in this plot, which is a little more than I expected. Like, Willem Dafoe, I know, was in it. He's on the cast list and whatnot, but we hadn't really seen him at all up until this point. I know he had a scene that was originally supposed to be in Justice League, but that got cut. This movie, I don't know. We've seen so much of the structure of this so far. I feel like we can piece together what the story is in this from the previous trailers and kind of get the feel and the vibe of that this is going to be going for. And I really hope that it's not just flashy trailers, that this all works and flows, because I know we're going to be getting flashbacks but from when he's young to where he is now and stuff throughout. Hopefully it'll be done a lot better than in Man of Steel, because that was always a little weird and jarring how those flashbacks in Clark's life were in Man of Steel. But I trust wholeheartly James Wan to work some magic with this. Good lord, man. And the hand thing, and you see like the little like fish psionic waves that you like can imagine from like that you see from the old like series and stuff, where you'd be like summon the fish and it'd be like whoop 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 whoop. Oh my god. I doubt it'll be there, but I hope that sound effect is in there. As cheesy and as silly as that would be, that would just make me so happy. Holy crap. Jeez, what else? Oh goodness. This movie, like the world they're building with it, the visuals, Atlantis, all of the underwater effects and the setting, the creatures, the technology, all of it looks like if you took Avatar, James Cameron's Avatar, and it had a baby with Guardians of the Galaxy, and then you just took that baby and chucked it into the water. Of course, this baby can swim. Just prefacing that real quick here. I do not condone the drowning of babies. Anyway, I'm excited. Ugh. I don't know how long this movie's supposed to be. I feel like we could probably piece together the entire movie from these trailers, though, and that's something about how trailers are these days that kind of concerns me a little bit. I'm wondering how much is actually going to be left out. Like, where's the context in? Because we see a lot of these action sequences, a lot of these story beats, but I want to know how much we're not seeing, because I kind of wish, as amazing and as gorgeous and awesome as this video or this trailer looks, I kind of wish we didn't see it. Because I'm sure anybody that's going to see this is already going to see this movie based off of the last two trailers. I can't see that this trailer is going to change any more minds than the last one before this did. Aside from that, on another note, this kind of skipped my mind, a little out of order, but the beginning of this trailer where Nicole Kidman is talking to him about Atlantis and the Trident and all of that, their history in the form of like a children's fairy tale, was such a good little thing. And she's saying it like in the cutesy, weird little mom voice that you would talk to when you're speaking to your child. And I don't know, that was just give me some fuzzies. I don't know, man. I am excited, looking forward to it. I really just want to see DC not make a crappy movie again. I'd like to see another good DC movie. We've had one, arguably two good DC movies so far in this current onslaught from Warner Brothers. Because honestly, before that, we hadn't had a good movie since, Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises, I think, was definitely a step below The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight was the pinnacle of DC, at least since the Christopher Reeve Superman films or the Tim Burton Batman films. And those were way before any of this stuff started going on. DC's been struggling. They've had their hits. They're definitely seated in popular culture, but they've been struggling so hard to be contemporary these days. And I really think, with what we've seen and heard from Aquaman, I'm really hoping that this is the case. That we finally, with Wonder Woman and now again with Aquaman, we got two DC figures that can give us some color, some fun, some joy when we see them on the big screen. Maybe one day, probably not soon, since with all the news with Warner Brothers and Henry Cavill or any evidence of that, we'll probably not get any of that from Superman for quite a while, because they don't know what to do with their flagship heroes except for Wonder Woman. And that was, I don't know how much of that can even be contributed to them and not just Patty Jenkins knowing what the crap she's doing. Because she, just think if Zack Snyder directed, or anybody other than Patty Jenkins directed Wonder Woman, like, how would that have turned out? Would they have been able to, like, I don't know what I'm saying. I just think, like, Wonder Woman was able to stand on its own in the middle of all this maelstrom of DC garbage that had been coming out around it, and still manages to stand on its own 2 feet. Has to say that somebody in there involved in that movie was competent enough to take what they were given and lift it out of that pit, that swirling mess and pit, and just succeed. They couldn't get out completely because, again, that third act. But I'm really hoping that going forward, DC can finally just get their heads on straight, man. Anyway, I'm done ranting about this. I'm sorry. Been going on a little too long about this already. Anyway, make sure to follow me on the Stardust app. Link will be in the description. I'm post 30-second reactions to all the TV shows that I'm following, movies that I see recently, things I don't get to react to on here. Definitely follow me there. Free app, free to download, no sponsor. Just I like doing it. It's something to do, something extra to do for me. Aside from that, follow my other thingamabobs down in the bottom. If you like this, like, comment, subscribe. I'd love to know what you all think about this. How do you feel about DC? Yeah, that's about it. I'll catch you guys on the next video.